message from SGT Deagle, who has now subscribed on Twitch for 20 months. Choo choo tilde.
Well, that's a lovely start to the stream. Thank you very much, Deagle. Welcome, everybody, to Tuesday night speedrunning here on the Nick RP stream. Going through slight technical hitch as we get started, which I kind of half expected, and we're a bit late, which I also expected. Yeah, we're kinda ready to go. It's YouTube vertical's not on at the moment. I might leave it off. So yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello, folks. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all good. Hope you're all doing well. I have no sound in my headset. What's up with that? Jane, why have I not got any sound in my headset? Ah, because I didn't have my headset volume up. That's probably why. Cool. Welcome. Oh, Cosmic Sin.
Happened to me last Thursday when I was driving home. I had a couple of miles to go. I looked up and saw a glowing orange object in the sky to the east.
To the east. Welcome all. Right, let's have a look. Oh damn. So YouTube's like telling me that the bitrate is massively down. I can't remember what I had it set to. Basically, I did I've made a new scene collection.
Liquid!
Oh, there you go.
Snake, did you like my sunglasses? Oh, you'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Haha. I made a new scene collection. Because I'm working on something on the side at the moment, and for that scene collection I didn't want a vertical stream, so I removed the vertical from it, and I can't remember if I created a new profile for it as well. And basically I thought that because I was on a different profile or a different scene collection, that removing the vertical streams from it wouldn't affect this profile, but it does. It doesn't change, so I had to sort of like redo my settings. So I think just for tonight, until I can go back and look at it and work out what's going on, I'm going to leave the vertical stream alone, so we won't worry about the vertical stream. But I do know that my horizontal stream for 4,000 was what I had it set to before. I can't remember. With YouTube, I stream using AV1, and AV1 doesn't need as much bitrate. I can't wait for Twitch to finally include AV1, because it's gonna make my bitrate so much better. You don't need to send as much, and it's better quality. Okay, YouTube Studio is now telling me it's better condition. The hype train has ended. Choo choo! Big thank you to Sergeant Deagle once again for a whole bunch of subs. It's always very, very kind of you, and please do give Deagle a big thank you if you did get a sub. So how are things, I suppose? What's going on? Let's check out the rewards. Oh yeah, we get the who's this diva emote. Yeah, choo choo. Oh boy. Out of my train. So we are, as I've been saying for a while, Tuesdays is kind of focused on upcoming speedrun marathons. So we got another stream of Klonoa 2 and Jade Cocoon. We're doing it the other way around this week. In previous weeks we've been doing, well, last week we did Jade Cocoon, and then we did Klonoa. So tonight we're doing it the other way around. We're going to do Klonoa first, Jade Cocoon second, see how we get on. Obviously, do give me a shout in chat if you see the bitrate struggling. Luckily, all of my Twitch stuff didn't get changed. It was only YouTube that got changed. But obviously, when I then add on YouTube streams, it does take away the bitrate from there, and you know, other stuff as well. I'm trying to think if I've got any news or anything. We're a bit late tonight. Heidi and I are on holiday next week, so there's no streams next week, folks. But yes, Heidi and I are on holiday next week. We're going to the Lake District, Peak District, for the week. Spend some time with family. Spend lots of time with Alex. Having lots of fun. I will be taking my my Chromebook with me, and it will be linked to my computer. My computer's staying on whilst we're away, and so I can link my Chromebook to it so that I can still do Preventathon stuff, because that's not finished yet. There's obviously lots of stuff as we sort of approach that. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a working week, but not working as in my actual work. But speaking of my actual work, I still don't know what's happening. Still haven't been told. Me, my line manager, and my director are all in the office tomorrow. So I'm kind of hoping that we're going to have a meeting together tomorrow to discuss it, because we're now 5 weeks away from my line manager leaving, and I still don't know what's happening. So as soon as I've already said that, well, I said before, I won't spoil it ahead of a stream. I'll announce it on stream. But obviously, if I find out over the next week and there's no stream, then I'll probably will say something online. But yeah, I think that's everything. Preventathon's going well. I've done all of the layout work. It looks really good. So it's adapting Speedrun Tools UK into Preventathon style. It looks really nice. It all works really well. I've had to do quite a few tweaks in the code, and that's made me realize that there's a lot of code in there that needed to be changed. It's all very helpful. But I had a bit of an issue where I realized that the way that I handle audio with Speedrun Tools UK does not work for Preventathon. And because of this, I'm having to make changes, and it's going to be better because it means that users will have multiple audio options going forwards. The main issue for Preventathon is they like to have they have directors, and they like to have their directors god mic'd, as they call it, which is where the director can be on Discord, can talk to the runners, the host, can talk to everyone, but they aren't picked up on stream. And the only way of doing that is to have the Discord audio come into OBS and have the director muted. Without that, it doesn't work. And the way that I had it set up with all the Discord audio coming through the runners stream, it didn't work, because either you'd be able to hear the director on the stream, or the runner would have to mute the director, which completely removes the point of having the director god mic'd. So yeah, I'm working on some other stuff to make sure that that's all working. I'm about 2/3 of the way there to having it fully complete. But hopefully it's all going to be all right. Hopefully I get all of the tech stuff out tomorrow, probably tomorrow night. So I don't have to worry about it whilst I'm away. Yeah, it's all good. Alex is great. Heidi's great. Heidi's sat over there. She's just put a big thumbs up. So hopefully we can get started. So yeah, let's do just that. Righty ho. Grab my controller. Do need to first of all check to make sure that this is all working. So obviously we have the whole second controller business. It's always lots of fun to have to deal with. Yay, Heidi's here. Mom. Okay, that's successful. I just have one more hurdle to do. I don't know if I've got anything like my CPU's gone back down again. My CPU like hit 50-60% at one point earlier, which is unusual. It's back down to 26% now, so that's fine. The only other thing I need to do now is I just need to tell Rewazda to find my physical controller again. The awkward thing about Klonoa 2 and the whole dual controller setup I have to change it. I have to make sure that it's switched off so that the game doesn't recognize it, and then once I'm all set up, then switch it back on so that the gamepad screen is working. So I'm just thinking if there's anything. I don't think there's anything I desperately need to practice beforehand. That interesting graphical error. Didn't like the look of that. Go back. Right. Oh, I haven't got I was going to say the game's FPS isn't showing, but I know why that is because I turned it off. Why did I turn it off? And what's this software update? Oh, there's a scene client update. Well, too late for that. In-game FPS counter in the bottom left. That should fix that. There we go. Now we have a nice big FPS counter. We have to have an FPS counter for Klonoa. Right. Let's get this run underway. We are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Take it away, Snake.
Start.
Thanks, Snake. And we're off. Welcome, everybody, to another run of Klonoa 2 Lunatea's Veil. One of my favourite speedruns. It's a run I've been doing on and off for, 13 years now, I think. Very chill. A lot of fun. And some interesting tech-up points. I am going to be running this as part of Preventathon's... that was annoying. Part of Preventathon's Cozy Block right at the start of Preventathon 5 on the Thursday. So it's Thursday the 5th of June? Thursday the 6th of June? Something like that. One of those. I'm sure someone will tell me which day the Thursday is. I'm not the opening run. I think I'm run number... I want to say run number 3. Hey, Tom. Yeah. Howdy. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do lots of these little turns here just to keep Klonoa moving. 5th. Oh, is it Switch 2 launch day? I did not. I had not realised that Preventathon is the same day as the Switch 2 launch day. As has also been announced by Ludwig, it's also, as it was last year, now going to be the same weekend as Fast 50, because Fast 50 is returning. So to say, the Fast 50 had its debut last year. It was a proper shit show when it was announced. If anyone remembers that whole shit show when it was announced. And once again, for the second year in a row, it is the same weekend as Preventathon, which the folks at Preventathon, well, and myself, I count as a folk from Preventathon. I'm Preventathon staff now. It's really annoying because Preventathon's been in the diary for so long. It's been public. It's been known. And then, literally 1 month beforehand, one of the biggest and probably, one of the most watched speedrun events is now happening. And there's nothing. I mean, that's not to say that Speed 50 needs to not happen the same week as Preventathon. It's more there's nothing you can do to plan around it. Like any other event, you wouldn't want to compete. It's like no speedrun marathon deliberately puts themselves on at the same time as GDQ. There's no point. No one is going to watch your marathon whilst GDQ's on. But the problem is Fast 50. For twice in a row now, they announce it with like less than a month before it starts, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. We can't change the timing of everything. The schedule's already out. You kind of just got to hope that people tune in. It's annoying. But I don't actually know how well it did last year. I didn't watch it on principle, partly because I was involved in Preventathon and wanted to support Preventathon, but also because I thought the way it was announced and the way it was handled was really poor, particularly coming from one of the biggest YouTubers and streamers out there. But anyway, it is what it is. We've got our first proper speedrun trick coming up. So we're going to grab that move. We're going to jump up there, and we're going to do that little skip like that. It is genuinely the first speedrun trick of the run. That one. So we use Popka, the support mode character, to launch ourselves up in the air. Give us a little boost. And we want to use that whenever it's going to, like, prevent us from having to float, prevent us from having to use other items. Even there in that little, when I was flying up, we want to do the same thing here, but we use that one so that I can now bounce up with Popka. Going to wait for this dude to... Oh, I didn't move over quite far enough. Get that dude to despawn and respawn so that I can grab him here and take him with me. Because that means I can immediately do that. Break that one. And get out of here. It's quite nice. That works pretty well. Get here. Just ignore having to grab a moo. Oh, careful, there's a invisible wall there. Wow, I am bang on even. Look at that. Minus 0.0. That's suggesting I was 2 minutes 30 behind my back. I need to have a look at my splits again. First boss. This is Fulgur and the Armor Beast. Hoping for some good RNG here, because nope, bad RNG already. That's a bad start. Oh, the moo placements here are not being nice to me at all. This is horrible. So the RNG, there's a lot of RNG with the bosses. There's no RNG in the levels unless the level has got a mini boss in it. And the main RNG with Fulgur in here is where the enemy moves spawn. Like, you want them to spawn right next to your previous position so that you can throw straight away like that. And I've had one. Grab and fight. But apparently I had a really bad time with that boss during my PB, so we're now 9.6 seconds ahead. That's nice. There's our antagonist, sorry, Leorina and Tats. De Blibber. Back to Bagagy, so he can explain what we need to do next. And he's going to explain that we need to head down to the Kingdom of Jolion. So down we go. Dubluda. To arrive at the Jolion Plaza. Tat turns up and steals the element that we collected, and then splits off into two parts and runs off into two separate parts of the park. We're going to chase the first one in the jungle slider. Ba ba da bow. It doesn't matter. You get a choice of which level to do first. It doesn't matter which one you do first. Tat is always in the other level. So there's nothing we can do, but just do whichever one we want to do first. I always do Jungle Slider first. Just have always done Jungle Slider first. I actually know that a lot of other runners choose to do the fun park first. It doesn't make any as far as I'm aware, it doesn't make any difference. Like the cutscenes are identical, it's just the backgrounds are slightly different. And IGT is paused when you don't have control of Klonoa anyway, so that wouldn't make a difference. Do a little jump over that so I don't get bounced up on it. Is that slower? Grab that heart. Okay, yeah, game's a little quiet actually. I could do it turning it up a little bit. It's, nothing to do but hold forwards here anyway. Here we really don't. Hey Rorschach. Here we really don't want to be turning. The only reason we should be turning is to like cut corners. We just want to move forward. We just want to stay forwards as much as possible. Which is why I'm also using Popka there just to jump over stuff rather than turning to avoid it. Let's turn here so I can try and cut this corner a little bit. We'll turn and grab a clock just to be on the safe side. So here I'm going to do very small little turns just to try and stay on the inside corner. Whoops. Gotta be careful here. I've only got 1 health. I believe there's a double heart coming up though. Yep, there it is. Okay, double heart. Checkpoint. Again, Popka to jump over so that we don't take... It doesn't matter if we take damage, but it's certainly quicker than trying to run around. Right, now we're going to chase down Tat. Again, want to try and keep movement to a minimum. Stay on the left-hand side here. Then Popka jump over the top. You can actually see the fun park in the background there. There we go. Got her. Done. I believe that's a gold split. Yeah, gold split. Not by a lot, but we take those. So now we're going to go and catch the other path of Tat, who ran off into the fun park. Yeah, Eli medal. We like Eli medals. Putting that gift sub to use. We get a little tutorial on how to use a helicopter. We're going to ignore it and just use Popka. Again, we can ignore the environments here by using Popka. Oh dear, there is a crying baby. Heidi's in the middle of a game of LOL. IGT pause. We go by IGT, so I could pause it. It sounds like he might have calmed down. I don't think he has. Oh, that was a little scary. There we go. We're good. We're good. Just gonna keep running. I actually have no idea whether jumping is faster. I've seen some runners do it and other runners don't do it. I have no idea. I should really test it. Tat actually makes that easier for us, which is really nice. Thanks, Tat. So we're going into our first sort of major puzzle section of the run. We're going to get introduced to switches and time switches. We'll use Popka to get across to the next one of these. And in. So these are time switches. We have to have all 3 of them active at the same time, which is nice and easy to do if I shoot in the right direction. At least that one's nice and easy to do. See, they get harder. Grab this helicopter. I can't remember what they're bloody called. Ba 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 ba. Oh, I can't bloody remember how to do this one. I think it's like that. I need to watch a video on that one because I keep forgetting exactly how to do that one. Oh, and I've forgotten to take another Jetimo through, but that's fine. It's fine. You can just do that. Oh no, I don't need to take a... I've just realized I don't need to take a Jetimo through. And they're not called Jetimos, they're helicopters. There's a trick where you use a helicopter to get up to the next level. And I keep forgetting to do it. And the reason I keep forgetting to do it is because it's a standard mode trick, not a support mode trick. You don't need it in support mode, we've got Popka. Doesn't matter. Oh, that was weird. There's like an invisible barrier there. Oh, that was terrible. Okay, that was a little bit slow, but we should be okay. Do 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 do. Grab this is a Jetimo. I need to find out what the helicopters are called again. And now we're going to go for a nice run across some railway lines. Well, I say railway lines, they're roller coaster lines. There is an IGT trick coming up where you hold the next cutscene so that the IGT pauses, but the game keeps going. I'm not going to be doing it because this is marathon prep. And so for a marathon, we kind of want to be in RTA. We want RTA speed, not IGT speed. Obviously, my splits are in IGT, but it's more important that that we go for RTA stuff for this. Okay, I lost a little bit of time there. That was mainly on that one puzzle. I need to have a look and see where I'm going wrong with that puzzle again. But it's now all going to be down to... Oh... I may have to pause it. Yo, 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 yo! Got another hit. Oh, that was a nice hit. Oh, that was a stupid attempt. Try and get as close to that. Not too bad a phase one. I want to try and grab this moo just as it's about to despawn. Ah, didn't even go for it. Right, what I need to do is spin attack, so we stay nice and close up. Oh, again, moos have spawned in like really annoying locations. Oh, save that moo. Nice. Throw the moo. Beautiful. Okay. This is good phase 2. Now, it's only that bit that's kind of RNG. With this, the other 2 hits, we just want to grab one moo, stay close to the next one, so that as soon as he lands, we can just do that. And one more time. There we go. Even faster that time. Cool, that was a good Leptio. Wow, that was a really good Leptio, actually. Oh, Alex is really struggling. And Heidi's getting AFK warnings. Alright, IGT isn't ticking, so I'm gonna... There's nothing stopping me from just like letting this cutscene play out. It doesn't affect the time, so I will be right back. Enjoy this cutscene, which I don't think is going to move on. It will automatically move on.
A message from Timonville, who has now subscribed on Twitch for 2 months.
Oh, hello. Oh. Hey. Tom, thank you very much for the resub. Apologies for that, folks. It's one of the things about being a dad. Sometimes you do need to else aside to look after your little one. But Heidi, on the plus side, the reason Heidi couldn't get to him is because Heidi was in a game of League of Legends and she won. So at least that was worth it. I can see the victory screen on her computer. All right, because the run's recorded in IGT, not RTA, we can continue. I think if this does end up being a PB and I submit it. Oh, Libracolis, thank you very much for the raids.
Base, send backup.
Alert.
Welcome.
Incoming raid from Lil Broccoli's MGS with 7 raiders.
That was very, very good timing. Just returned from a mini mid-run break. You did it! Oh, fantastic! Libracolis is a fellow MGS3 runner, and they've been trying very hard over the last few weeks to get a Foxhound run in MGS3, and you finally did it. That's fantastic. You are better at MGS3 than I am. Still never done it myself. But congratulations, dude! You've been working so hard for it lately. It's that's really good to hear. This obviously is welcome to your lovely raiders. This obviously isn't Metal Gear Solid. I tend to speedrun Metal Gear Solid on Thursdays. Well, I've got some marathons coming up. I'm running this Klonoa 2 Lunacy's Veil at the start for the opening block of Preventathon on the whatever the Thursday is that's closest to the 6th of June. It's certified grinder. Absolutely. Oh damn, that's a good time as well. 1:15:18 is damn good. I can't remember what my European Extreme PB is, but considering mine probably has about 16 deaths, it's gonna be a heck of a lot slower than that. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I'm running this for Preventathon on I think it's the 6th. It's either Thursday the 6th or Thursday the 5th of June. I can't remember which. And then I'm running Jade Cocoon Story of the Tamamayu for Speedrun the following weekend, which I'll be doing a practice of after this. But if you've never seen this game before, this is Klonoa 2 Lunacy's Veil, the sequel to Klonoa Daughter Phantomile, which is a relatively famous PS1 game. The PS2 sequel isn't as well known. But it's fantastic. It's like one of the hidden gems of the PS2. Was released in 2001, so it might have been outshined a little bit by a game called Metal Gear Solid 2 at the time. Because yeah, I can't remember the release months of each of them, but yeah, they were both this and MGS2 were both released in 2001. But this did get a new lease of life thanks to the Fantasy Reverie remaster that came out a couple of years ago, which is what we're playing right now. Let's get it in glorious HD plus 16:9. It wasn't originally in 16:9. So where does 1:15:18 put you on the board? Must be that must be top. Surely that's top 5. I can't actually remember what the world record. I think the world record's something like 109. I want to say. Oh, gonna need to do a little wiggle. Do, 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 do. Hey. Bum, 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 bum. This is one of the main... Oh! Seventh! Close to top. Alright, close to top 5. Irish Guy Plays, thank you very much for the follow.
New follower.
Oh! And the Big BL, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the follow. That does mean, that certainly should mean, I have now indeed hit 1,200. Yes, Cosmic's also noticed. 107. I knew it was what? I knew it was a 10 something. Yes, I've now hit 1,200 followers on Twitch. We are closing in on that target of 1,250. Oh, I saw the door opening behind me and turned to greet Heidi, and it's not Heidi. Eli has just decided to open the door and wander in. That was a good. That was a good split. 45-second time save, apparently. We're 45 seconds ahead. Where did that come from? Oh, it is 109. Oh, sweet. It's not like I'm constantly checking it. Hey, super bounce. So this level is really where we start to see some of the crazier glitches and skips that can be done. We're gonna grab this B. We're going to jump up, we're going to bounce, we're going to try and super bounce off this. There we go, super bounce. We're going to do a popka jump, and we're now going to go out of bounds. And there we go. And that is one of the craziest out of bounds tricks in the game. It all happens very fast there. Basically, there's a lot of the way that the game loads assets, environment, and importantly for that area, hitboxes, is by Klonoa standing in certain locations. And if you can avoid standing in those locations, it causes things not to spawn. We're actually going to use the same trick again here, but instead of stopping the floor from despawning, we're going to stop a door from despawning. So I'm going to throw that moo over there. We're going to grab that one. We're going to jump up there. We're going to jump up here. I'm going to do a little float. I'm going to jump. And there. And this doorway here, there should be a door there that I need a key for. But because I never stood on the bit of floor that tells the game to load that door, the door never loaded in. So we completely avoid having to go and grab that key. Oh, I'm going to throw that over there. We don't actually need this one. There is a trick to getting this room done a lot faster, but I've never put it into a run. It's a really tough trick. I'll take the damage from this to go through here quicker. Dum 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 dum. Then through the door. There's actually an RTA trick with all of the doors. Oh, another little trick here. We're going to grab this moo, and by using both the D-pad and the analog stick at the same time, we can nudge Klonoa through that gap. You shouldn't be able to take an enemy through that gap, but by using both the analog stick and the D-pad at the same time, you just sort of like nudge him forwards and go through. The game's kind of funky with controls because you can control the game from a keyboard and a controller at the same time, and that's actually what I'm doing. Because I've used Rewazda to like map my controller so that it acts like two controllers, what it's actually acting like is most of the buttons are simulating keyboard presses. So the D-pad that I'm using, it's actually simulating WASD. It's not the controller. That's because I only have two buttons on my controller that are set as a controller so that they can be set to controller port 2. which is how I can use support mode without a second controller. But one of the other funky things, and this is, you saw me do earlier a couple of things called super jumps or super bounces, where like I was able to bounce really high off a trampoline, much higher than I should have been able to. That is because super bounce. Oh, that was a really fast tap box. Well, congratulations, you deserve that sleep. Well done, dude. Keeping an eye on my health as well. Make sure I don't die. I'm gonna use just ignore the platform there. We can do all of this without needing that platform. So we can get really far ahead of it. It's not important at all. Do you need to make sure I hit a trigger there? There is a... Can I... Ah, I can't quite get in. If you get that jump just right, you can popka jump into the cannon. There was a trigger point that I did need to hit to make sure I actually hit the cannon. You have to move so far over to the left on the floor there, because otherwise the cannon doesn't spawn. It's a time where the despawn of an element is actually bad. You don't want that to happen. But yeah, I was talking about the super bounce and the double inputs. The game, and this is the same for the original PS2 version, it appears in both versions. You can jump and shoot with two different buttons. So you'll notice I'm going to hit X and triangle. You have to hit him exactly the same time to cause a super bounce. And that's because both X and triangle in-game are mapped to jump. That's not me using controller mappings to, like, you know, extra controller mappings to map the same control onto two different buttons. It's in-game. The game gives you two buttons for both. Shoot is both X and circle at the same time. That's not useful. Being able to shoot on more than one button isn't useful. Being able to jump on more than one button is useful because that's how you super bounce. So we're up against our next boss, the Mobile Tank Biscosh. This is one boss that doesn't really have any RNG. It's a relatively straightforward boss. There is a much faster... There is a really, really fast hit you can do on it, but it's like super duper precise. It's like crazy. And I can't do it. I'm going to be going for a relatively safe option. There's another trick we can do in the second half of this fight, which I used to be really consistent at, which is where you now throw a moo at the tank rather than do this up bounce. As I say, I used to be reasonably consistent with it, but I can't do it anymore. So, just play it safe. I'm nicely ahead at the moment of my PB, so playing stuff stays safe and not losing. The thing with the throwing a moo across to try and hit it, if you miss, you lose time. Compared to not doing it. So we're now going to go into Vulcan Inferno, and Vulcan Inferno is the first backtrack level. We are going to redo a level from earlier. This is Vault City again, but it's changed. Oh, that's a bit awkward. I was hoping to grab that. So the game does this quite a lot. There's several levels that we do twice. The very first level of the game was one of them. We did Sea of Tears. We're going to do another level later on, which is called Dark Sea of Tears. The second level of the game, La Lakusha, that one's redone. Again, just using Popka to get over this stuff without having to wait. We're going to redo La Lakusha as well. Noxious La Lakusha. And the game does this a few times. I think there's only one other level, and that's Ishra's Ark that's revisited. And that one's literally called Ishra's Arc Revisited. But whenever you redo a level, it adds like a new mechanic, a new gimmick, or completely alters the sort of route through it. The gimmick with this one is we're now being chased by the mobile tank Bishkash, so we have to see get away from it. Oh, that's going to be my first death because that was not sensible. Whoopsie. I think that's all the way back as well. That's a bad death. So why did I do that? Why did I bounce here? It completely threw me. There we go. You can't make it across here without that helicopter. It was really dumb. Oh well. Again, using Popka there is just faster than using a lot of the environment. Super bounce. Oh, I didn't even bounce off it at all. Please don't. Oh, that is such a big. Oh, that's a massive time loss. I didn't even bounce off of it. Oh, that's no. Well, I think that's probably my 46 seconds gone. Oh, that was slow. Yeah, that's probably the end of that's probably the end of my my time gain. That was awful. And it's so horrible because there's no checkpoint. Oh, sweet, super bounce. Like, there's no checkpoints like the whole of that section. There's our next checkpoint. It's pretty horrible. You can get across this area without needing to wait for this, but it's much safer. I don't really want to lose even more time. It also depends whether I made any mistakes like that with my PB. It's open. We'll find out. Find out in about 2 minutes. It's an invisible barrier there that we can't go over. Ba 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 ba. Napa. So yeah, the tank can follow us onto buildings. Okay. Yay! Alex is now fully asleep. A little bugger. Don't know what got into him, but he did not want to stay asleep. Every time I tried to leave, he woke back up again and started crying. Sometimes that's what he's like. At least it's only 9 o'clock. The worst ones for those is when it's like, you know, 1:30 midnight, and he won't go back to sleep. It's like, I just want to go to bed. Sweet, I didn't need to use another charge. Okay, we are now starting to lose time, and I've got 2 more rooms to do. The IGT pauses whenever I don't have control of Klonoa. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in the red coming out of this. Oh, it's doing so well. Oh, that was awkward. I need to make sure I grab that. Oh, okay, that's annoying. I've now got to wait here for that. 12 seconds. No, I'm going to be in there. Nah, because this Jetimo takes ages. Oh, just by less than a second, still in the green. But yeah, I lost 48 seconds to that level. That was awful. That was genuinely so bad. Wow. Okay, so I need to try and find some of that time back again. Back to Bagaji. And don't worry, we're not going to stick with Bagaji as long this time. So we're approaching about the halfway point. The completion of the next level is the halfway point of the run. This is Ishra's Ark. This is a really heavy puzzle level, but it's also got one of the biggest skips in the game. It's only doable on the support modes run, and it's also only doable on support mode easy and normal. It's you can't do it on hard because it requires damage boosts. Oh, that was nice. Oh, I'm gonna remember. I've never really done that like that before. I'm going to remember that for the future. Back to that. There's another little pop caboose we can do here. We go up here and boost again to get up to there without avoids a jump. So Ishra's Ark is going to take us over to the mountains of Mirror Mirror, which is the next kingdom that we're heading to, as you can see, it's a big arc. It's got 3 big turbines, 3 big propellers, and all we got to do is turn them all on. To turn them all on, we go to an engine room. We throw a fully charged Laquari into the engine. That powers it up, and then we find a switch to turn it on. These Laquaris, they get powered up by hitting enemies. 1 enemy turns it yellow, 2 enemies turns it blue, 3 enemies turns it red. The engines need a fully charged red Laquari to work. There's a little trick here if I can get it right. Nice! That's a very, very tight jump. So here we go. We're going to get a fully charged red one to get through this red crystal. But here comes the trick. So rather than going back to the end, we're supposed to grab the key and take the key to the engine room. But what we're going to do instead is I'm going to damage boost off that. It's probably going to, yeah, that's going to fail. It usually fail. It's easier on the second time because the positioning of this. There we go. That should be fine. Brilliant. So now we've managed to grab that moo and then get Popka back to do that jump. Oh, and that's the switch. So we've avoided turning the engine on and just gone straight for the switch to turn the propeller on. So that's engine skip. That saves a good, like, 2 minutes. Probably a little less than that with loading times. Yeah, biggest skip in the game, that one. It's like one of the first speedrun tricks I ever learned for this game. There's a locked door, but the next engine room is just to my left. There is a locked door, but the keys that you get are coded to the correct doors. So the key that I've currently got will only open engine room 1. We now need this key to open engine room 2. And there's only 1 engine room skip. You can't skip engines 2 and 3. When we come back to Ishra's Ark and do Ishra's Arks Revisited, every engine has an engine skip, although it's slightly different. You don't actually skip the engine, you skip the backtrack from the engine. So here is engine 2. So you can see it's like a big egg type thing. All we got to do is throw a fully charged Laquari into that red bit. So we're going to grab that one, put that one down there, bounce off this one. This one we actually kind of do just normally. That was lovely. That was a really nice throw at the end. I was pleased with that. So the engine is now powered. The engine's on. We now need to turn the propeller on. So we need to get to the next switch. Powering up the engine also starts spinning this. We're just got to wait for... Nice. That one. The game actually wants you to throw them at the 3 flying moves. There's the switch. But we don't want to do that because that's really slow. Got to be very careful there. It's really easy to take a death there. If you jump up in the air and use Popka at the very top of your jump, you'll hit the ceiling and fall straight into the water. And there hasn't been a checkpoint since the start of that engine. It's a really massive time loss if you fall in the water there. So I'm always a little scared with that one. I've lost a lot of time to that jump before. There's the 3rd and final engine room. Obviously, we haven't got the key yet, so this area we kind of have to go around in a big circle. So avoid him. Hate this next area. It's all right now. It's we are gonna redo this area shortly. Because once we've switched the engine on, we're then gonna turn back around. That moo that I tried to grab there, it is possible to grab that moo on easy difficulty because Klonoa's wind bullet fires much further, so you can grab it and finish the level. Because you just use it to jump up to the final switch. As soon as we hit the 3rd and final switch, the level ends. But yeah, it's only easy difficulty where you can grab that, and I've never done it. I know of it. But I've never actually done it because I've never done an easy difficulty run. I really should do it at some point just to get on the board. Go on, Klonoa. It's holding up. I've done hard. Hard, the wind bullet is the same as normal. The difference with hard is you only have 1 life to begin with, so you can only die once until you get an extra life. There's barely any extra lives in the game. You mostly get extra lives from collecting dreamstones, the green gems. They're called dreamstones. 100 dreamstones gets you an extra life. There are a couple of extra ones scattered around, but like they're all hidden. There's none just out in the open like there is in normal difficulty. But the major difference with hard difficulty is you only have 1 hit point. Take a single point of damage and you die. So there's a lot of things like that's why the engine skip for this level isn't doable on hard, because you need the damage boost, and you can't damage boost on hard difficulty. So here's why I just hate this room, because it's actually easier for that first bit just to wait and do it normally. It's really annoying. But now we can go through the flying move's now going to move into a different position. I'm going to miss it. Not that it really matters, because there's some... Because I don't need any moves, because we just use Popka, jump up there, and that's the end of the level. And I actually PB'd that level. That's a gold split. Oh, no it isn't. Oh, that said live seg... Okay, never mind. Oh, no, I'm reading live split wrong. Right, that is, let's say, about the halfway point of the run. Obviously, the second half will be a little bit quicker, because hopefully I won't have to pause for about 10 minutes. But now, after a very long, grueling puzzle level, we just get this awesome piece of music. Oof. I nearly overshot that. Oh. Less than a 10th of a second behind my best. Cool, so that was the Man's Mirror Mirror with the Wahoo Stomp. And now we go into one of the most gorgeous levels of the game. This is Maze of Memories. It has another banging piece of music. And it's just lovely. It's obviously, it's all very sort of MC Escher inspired, very puzzle heavy. But there's some cool tricks in this level as well. And we're really going to abuse Poker. It's going to let us do quite a few little tricks in this to save some time. And this is why I love support mode runs. There's two different categories of runs in Klonoa. There's support mode and standard mode. So in standard mode, you're not allowed to use Popka. That was slightly slow. I should have grabbed the move first. So actually coming up to the very first one. Let me use the... No, I'm not. Slower. So we're going to use Popka here to get on top of that, take a damage boost, and just go straight through like that. Just completely ignore... There's a whole puzzle there where you're supposed to use the Erbil. That's the electric one. To get through there. Cool little trick here. We can grab this Laquari, throw it through the floor, and yeah, there's no collision with the floor for some bizarre reason. Yeah, it just goes straight through the floor. Really weird. More like abusing the 2.5D, and we're going to use this Erbil and Popka to get over an invisible wall. So the developers made an invisible wall here. They just didn't make it quite tall enough. And this is one of my favorite rooms in the run. Because it's really cool for sort of... Oh, sugar. Slow down a bit there. That's slow. Oh, that's a bit slow. It's really cool for sort of showing like jumping skills. Oh, I have not made a good... that was a really bad show. I never do that room the same way twice. Every single time I come to do that room, I tackle it in a completely different way. There almost certainly is an optimal way of doing it. They do look a little bit like The Sims gem, don't they? I've never thought of it like that before. Yeah, I always tackle that room differently. I just sort of go with however I feel like doing it. Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't pay off. That certainly didn't. I will definitely be in the red coming out of this because I definitely lost a couple of seconds there. Which is a shame because so much, like everything before this was really good. There's the final puzzle. The final puzzle of the level. Maze of Memories is quite a short level. There's a lot more to it if you're doing 100% or doing. There's another category called All Visions. If you throw a moo at a block and then leave the room, it explodes. It's quicker to do that than wait, particularly as whilst going in and out of the door, the IGT pauses. So now I use this Erbil to grab this Laquari. We use Popka to skip a section here. You should use the... You should go back and grab the moo, take it back. Make sure that's back in my hand. Take it back, and because we shouldn't be able to do this next jump. So we can't reach this moo without Popka. So on standard mode, you have to do a slightly different trick there. Yeah, you see, I'm losing time, but apparently I'm still ahead of PB. Okay, we're still ahead. I still came out on top there. I don't know if this level has a time save or not. This boss. So we're moving on to the next boss. This is there are 1.5 slider bosses in this game. This is the only boss that is fully dedicated to being on a board. First half is very, very straightforward. We currently can't fire. Lola the priestess, who's been our companion throughout the game, is kind of like having a crisis of confidence and has sort of left us to our own devices. And she's what powers the ring. So at the start of this, we just do this 3 times. Very straightforward. Popka's really helpful to like avoid big turns. Particularly if it looks like I'm going to hit one of them, just jump over them instead. Now we move on to phase 2, and phase 2 is a bit trickier. And this is where a potential time save could come in, because I don't know how whether I got this right first try. So what's going to happen? We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to collect 3 of. I'm going to do that. We'll collect 3 of these to speed up. But when we reach Palante, Lola's now back with us, so we can fire. He's going to throw out these surfing moves, and I have to grab them and throw them back. Phew, first try. And it was a time save. Beautiful. So you have to throw every single move at it on your first attempt to do all of the damage, to do it in one phase. If you miss a single one of those moves, you slow right down, and you have to go through that whole section again. You get the gems to speed up, and then you get a new set of moves. As you can see from Live Split, I did not do that first try in my PB. So that's a very big time save.
Yeah.
So we'll look at if I'd not screwed up. If I'd not screwed up so badly in Vulcan Inferno, we'd be looking at nearly 2 minutes ahead at this point. Oh, no, sorry. A minute, about over a minute, not 2 minutes. Well over a minute. About a minute, probably about a minute and a half. Oh. Hey, that was nice. That was really good. So this is Noxious Lancashire. So we are once again redoing a level we've done before. But this time the gimmick with this is that everything's gone wrong in the game. We're having a real bad time right now. And we're trying to reach head to the priestesses to find out why Leorina was able to get the element from the Mountains of Mirror, something like that. Oh, whoops! Actually, oh, come on. Oh, fine. I'll get one in the next room. It's kind of helpful to have one of them. We're going to do another little trick. A tiny little time save here. Not a tiny little time save. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this Laquari, and I'm going to throw it and hit that clock. And now take a deliberate death. Because I've hit the clock on the other side of the room, taking this deliberate death now means we respawn at that clock. We can do the exact same trick we did the first time round to get up here. Oh. And then I'm going to play this safe. Oh, that's not safe at all, is it? Super bounce, that works instead. Cool, that's fine. It's because I'm not 100% consistent with super bounces. It's a lot safer to do that the normal way. But I got the super bounce, so that's good. This room again. Oh, I think there we go. Yeah, you gotta move far enough to the right to get that move to spawn. Use that one to get up there, so I can use this one to get up there. Oh, whoops. And I need to make sure I take one of these with me. So throw that there. We're supposed to use the Laquari and keep hold of it, but obviously we're not going to do that because we've got Popka. You must make sure you do not do a super bounce on those trampolines. Doing a super bounce there will push Klonoa up through the ceiling and get him stuck. You can backtrack. You keep going all the way over to the left, and eventually it hits a loading trigger. Unfortunately, it's to go back to the previous room. So I lost a fair bit of time in that run. In that level. 20 seconds. So back down to 12 seconds ahead. We're still in the green. We're still on PB pace, but it could be a lot better. Let's now get into the dark theatre. So we're back at the very first level of the game, but now it's really dark. So the gimmick with this one is it's really dark, and we have to keep grabbing these like halo-like creatures to sort of restore light to us. We've got another skip coming up. Which, last week I got this one first try, so I'm hoping I can do it again. So we're going to use him to get up there. And then mash. Oh, so close. It's not quite there. Damn it. Oh, come on. I got this first try last week. Oh, what? What am I doing? Why can't I land it? Oh my, what am I doing wrong? I'm so confused. I'm nearly dead. Oh, come on. I'm on my last life. If I lose this, that's... Oh, there's an extra life. Thank you. I'm so confused. Nope, that's it. Game over. What on earth? Unfortunately, if you die like that, you restart the level. I don't get it. I don't... As I said, last week I got that right first try, and it's not that difficult a trick. So I'm confused as to where I've gone so wrong with that. Oh, I haven't got pop crowd. Whoops. So yeah, this one's dead. As you can probably gather. If this was a marathon setting, I would not have taken the risk of another attempt. I would have just done it normally. That's really annoying. What's the bet and I get it right first try now? you have to pace the jumps out. You can't just do it all really quickly. Oh, nearly. Doing wrong with this. There we go. Crikey. I think I was too focused on height and not focused enough on distance. I think I was trying too hard to stay up in the air, as high up in the air as possible, as opposed to actually moving to the right. Yeah, obviously this is going to be a massive time loss. But we are... There's no point in resetting. I do want to make sure I do a run of Jade Cocoon tonight as well. I say, if this was a marathon setting, I wouldn't... Oh. If this was a marathon setting, I wouldn't have taken that chance. So I'm not... And to be honest, I'm not fussed about marathon practice for this. I've been speedrunning this for like 12 years. 13? I think I might be on 13 years now. I know what I'm doing with this run. It's just, it's not one that I, practice regularly. I don't do this run very often. Oh, this is dumb death as well. Good God, man, come on. Oh, so here's, oh my days. So here's what happens if you don't restore the light. You get attacked by the darkness. I'm making such a meal of this. I don't recall ever having this much trouble with Dark Seer Tears. Oh, wow, I haven't got even the health to take to damage boost my way through these. Oh, I die anyway. Oh dear. Anyway, this is how you actually do this bit. Just damage through them. Oh. Oh dear. Was that 45 seconds ahead at one point? So yeah, there's not much point in restarting now, because otherwise I won't have enough time to do a run of Jade Cocoon as well. So we're just going to carry on, practice the rest of it, see if I can get any more gold splits or anything like that. And yeah, hope that I can do better next time. Will there be a next time? Yes, there will be. So there's no streams next week because I'm on holiday. The week after that, the week after I get back from holiday will be the Tuesday before my run on Thursday, which is worth pointing out. I don't know what I'm doing about streaming that Thursday because I've got my run of this. It starts at 7:45, so I probably will still stream after my run. I don't know what I'll stream. Although actually I've also got a that evening I actually no, I probably won't stream. Whoa. Now I'm like an evil demon. Whoa. Thank you, Stone Age Philosopher, for making me all creepy. I think this is supposed to be some sort of anime style thing. It just makes me look really creepy and evil. It's quite unnerving. There we go. And it's off. Yeah, sorry, there probably won't be a stream next Thursday because I've got my run of this, and then later that evening I've got a tech I've got a tech shift. So yeah, there probably won't be a stream. I'll have to double check the times. Like, if there's like a couple of hours in between, then maybe I will, because it's not like I've got much better to do. Well, I suppose watch the rest of Preventathon is probably something better to do. Yeah, there's probably not going to be enough time. And then, to be honest, the week between Preventathon and Speedrun Miser, I may just dedicate that whole week to practicing Jade Cocoon, both Tuesday and Thursday. Also depends. It does also depend if I get anything into License-a-thon. So I think it's the last week, the last weekend of the month is. I say last weekend of the month. It might actually be first weekend of July. Is License-a-thon, which I have submitted 2 runs for. I originally submitted 1. I only wanted to submit 1. But the organisers came to me and asked if I'd submit something else, because at the time their submissions were reasonably low. Their submissions have been open. Their submissions are still open. They're open until the 1st of June, so I don't know why they were that worried. But anyway, I'm hoping I get at least 1. I'm hoping I get the 1 run I want to get in. I kind of don't want Wacky Races to get in. I don't really want to have to run Wacky Races. I have, however, installed a PS2 emulator, and Wacky Races is now on my phone, so I can at least practice it. It's been a while. Next boss, this is Kersley Arena, the Embryo Compass. This is a reasonably RNG heavy boss, and I took damage, but I did actually get the hit off. I think she's now going to do her. Yeah. This is really nice. Oh, sugar. Got her. Nice. I'm kind of hoping it throws a health pack out at me. Oh, nearly. Oh, normally it throws a health pack out here. Whoops. Okay, we'll just have to wait here a second. So that's annoying, because it was a really good first phase, and now phase 2 is quite slow already. Oh, these moves have got it out for me. Okay, into phase 3, which is the it's the same as phase 1. She's just dark purple, and she's a lot more aggressive. The worst part here is I've now got to find an Erbil. Oh, great! I missed the hit. We now have to redo the whole of phase 2. I don't understand why it didn't throw it. Usually if you're on 1 health at that point, it throws out a heart for you. Don't quite know why it didn't. Oh, that was a shame. That was a... Oh. That phase 1 was really good. I was hoping to maybe pull back... Oh, god damn it. Come on. Pull back a little bit of time. No, this is now going to be even more time lost. This is a really bad phase 2. God. See, I've been running this game for 12 years. I'm still shit at it. No, at least an Erbil spawned right next to me. That's better. It is actually possible to get a double hit off on her. Oh. But it's, like, very precise. I have done it, but it's very precise. Cool, that's another minute lost. Oh, a minute behind my best segment. Only 30 odd seconds behind PB. We're not far off finishing, actually. We've only got 3 levels and a boss to do. This is the longest level in the run. This is the Ark Revisited. Nice. So yeah, this is the Arc Revisited. So the first time we came through this level, we needed to throw a Laquari into the engines and power up the engines. This time, we need to turn the engines off again. Oh. There are every engine has an engine skip, but the skip isn't to skip the engine, it's to skip the backtrack. Basically, we're going to throw a boomy into the engine instead. I'm going to deliberately take some damage there. We're going to throw a boomy into the engine instead, and then we're going to be expected to run to the nearest exit. And the trick that we're going to do, hopefully if it works, you only really get one try at it, is to skip the backtrack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill them. I'm going to deliberately take a hit off that moo so I'm on 1 health. I'm going to throw this moo. Oh, failed. The idea is we hit a checkpoint at the very start of the level. And when you throw a moo... Oh... Lovely. I immediately got hit by a spawning moo. So died. When you throw a moo into the engine, it triggers the story flag to say that an explosion is now happening. Oh, I shouldn't use Popka to do this one because it pushes you too high up. You throw a moo into the engine, and 2 things trigger. It sets a flag that says a moo has been thrown into the engine. The engine is now on a timer to explode. That's the time that we can see at the top. The second thing that triggers is it triggers a checkpoint. It gives you a checkpoint. The thing is there is about a half a second delay. I think I have to super bounce. No, you know what? I'm behind. I'm really behind, so I'm going to figure out how to do this room correctly. So I'm going to wait for that booming to come back. I always forget how to do this room correctly. I think it's this. I think we... Oh. I have no idea then how to do this room correctly. Oh, there we go. No, screw it. I'm going to take a death. I'm going to take a death. I think I know how to do it. Oh, God. I should not have taken... Oh, what? I didn't realize there wasn't a checkpoint after that. Okay. That's a learning. The explosion cutscene triggering after you've gone outside does not create a new checkpoint. That's new information. 13 years, I'm still learning. It's because I wouldn't normally take a death there. There is a faster way of doing this room. I think it might require a super bounce. Oh, certainly doesn't require you doing that. That's it. And then pop. That's it. So you bounce off the boomy for the first one, bounce off Popka for the second one. That's how you do the trick. Oh, I hate this room. What am I doing? Just do it. Just do it normally, Nick. It's not worth it. This room just sucks. You know what? Let's play this safe. Let's grab all that. Let's grab all the coins. Anyway, I still haven't bloody explained the engine skip yet. No, this is gonna be slow. I needed that boomy. So it triggers a story flag to say the engine is now exploding, and it also creates a checkpoint. There is about a half-second delay between those two things happening. So it creates, it sets the story flag, and then half a second later, it creates a checkpoint. If you can take a death within that half a second before the checkpoint is created, the story flag gets set and the engine explodes. You go back to the previous checkpoints. So that's what we're going to try and do that again. So there's a checkpoint outside that we've already hit. This one's the hardest, so I probably won't get it right. Of the three of them, the second one's the hardest. So I'm going to deliberately take damage. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to wait for Popka to come back. Oh. That's the worst thing you can do, which is just outright take a death. I hate this second one. I haven't even got the key. That flag didn't... Oh, screw it. We're done. I'm done. Oh my god. Jesus. No. No. I'm calling it. I'm giving up. Wow. That was awful. That was some proper shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cool. So, yeah. Yeah, I probably need to do some practice of this run off stream as well. I'm just in my head with this now. Moving on to the dream, man. Yeah, we're going to take a short break. I'm going to get a drink. I'm really warm. And yeah, we're going to move on to Jade Cocoon because I'm done. Freaking done with Klonoa tonight. This has been a complete shit show. I do apologize. We were 45 seconds ahead at one point and we were doing so well. Yeah, we're going to take a break. Klonoa's taking a break as well. He's tired. So, yeah, I'll see you all in a few minutes for some Jade Cocoon instead. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Tuesday night speedrun marathon practice, where we're moving on from those just my runs of Klonoa there were just too incredible, too good to try and duplicate. We're moving on to the other run that I've got coming up for Speedrunizer. It's Jade Cocoon, Story of the Tamamayu. Welcome back, folks. Hopefully we should be all good to go. I did actually submit my previous run of this to the leaderboards. It hasn't yet been verified, which is fine. I can't talk when it comes to verifying at the moment because I still have a Pampers and Celine run to verify, which I think has been queued up for... Yeah, it's been queued up for over 3 weeks. I just keep forgetting to do it. I'm going to do it on Thursday, or depending what. Oh no, no, I won't be able to do it in the office tomorrow. I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm definitely going to review it on Thursday, because it's been nearly a month now since it was submitted. It was submitted on the 25th of April, and yeah, at first I didn't get around to it, and then I forgot about it. It was only today someone pinged in the Unmetal Discord. Sorry. Oh, now the game volume is really loud. Let me knock the game volume down a little bit. There we go. That's better. Yeah, because I let the Unepic Games Discord server know that there was a new world record. And then someone pinged back today saying, "Where is this run? We can't see it." I was like, I still haven't verified it. That's why you can't see it. I should have. Why don't I just I should have given them the link to the VOD at least. So yeah, I have no qualms about anyone about my run not being verified yet. It has only been a week. As a result, there's a chance if this is a PB and I now upload this, I do still need to do my opening spiel about what I've done with the settings. So I will be going through that spiel again of this is what I've done with settings and how I've set this up. So yeah, please bear with me as we go through that. If I do have to do a reset, I will have to do it again, because I want it recorded on video as this is what I've done. Because this isn't technically what speedrun.com allows, but there aren't actually any rules against it. The only major rule about emulators is you're not allowed to use frame skipping, which is perfectly understandable. You can't frame skipping would speed the game up. You cannot frame skip. We cannot affect the game speed. We cannot affect any. The only thing that this affects is loading times. But I'll talk through that spiel. So yeah, let's get started with Jade Cocoon, Story of the Tamamayu. I am using DuckStation as my emulator. This isn't the emulator that has been used for other runs. That has used PSX or some other emulator called something similar. I actually don't really know because I don't recognize the name of it. But DuckStation is the most up-to-date emulator. I know other runs that I've watched of this have worried about the emulator crashing. You have no issues with that with DuckStation. It's the most up-to-date. It's the best PS1 emulator out there. But one of the things that I noticed from the way people were talking in like the forums about how the reason they use that emulator is because it has faster load times. It's faster than running on a PS1. And so what I've done with DuckStation is, for the most part, it uses default settings, but I am copying the settings that the Metal Gear Solid 1 community uses to try and mimic the PS2, PSP, PS Vita, PS TV's fast disk speed setting. So if you run a PS1 game on any of those consoles, there's a fast disk speed setting. And what the Metal Gear Solid community does is they change some settings in the console section, of DuckStation to try and emulate that setting. So we enable clock speed control and overclock it to 600%. That is the CPU emulation. That is not game speed. That is how fast the emulator is working. So instead of working at 100% efficiency, it works at 600% efficiency. So that helps with load times. But the main one is the CD-ROM emulation. So the actual emulation of reading from the CD. We change it from normal, from none double speed to 2 times quad speed, and seek speed up goes from none normal speed to times 10. So FPS stays the same, the game still runs at the same speed, 60 FPS in menus, 30 FPS in game. I think that's it. I'll see when we get in. I don't even change the game resolution. It's still at 320 by 240 because if you increase the resolution of the game, it screws up the health bars of everyone. If you run it at native resolution, then it's fine. So you see in the graphics, it's all at native global settings. So nothing else has changed. There's no frame skipping. There's no FPS gain or anything like that. It is just these settings in console for loading times. So I'm hoping that this is acceptable for a speedrun. This is why I'm explaining it before I start the run. The best thing to do, and I should try and do this myself at some point, is actually compare my loading times with the loading times of other runs on the board. But I'm hoping that this will be acceptable, because if so, it gives anyone running this in the future the opportunity to use the best PS1 emulator and not run the risk of crashes. So with that, let's get started. We do get an option in this run for the color of the menu. So I will let chat shout out a menu color, whatever menu color you would like. Well, there's 4 options: red, green, blue, yellow, or red, green, blue, orange, or red, jade, fuchsia. Tom has said green, so we're going to go with green. Leave animation cut on, turn speech off. I'm just going to turn my mic down slightly. I'm very loud in my headset. Subtitles stay on. Magic effects and capture effects both go off. Those are both speed things up. Tom has asked for green. Time starts as soon as we hit start game. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Start mashing start. We don't get to choose the character's name because it's choosing the name is part of the speedrun. Obviously for the marathon run, if we're allowed to do incentives, I will definitely do an incentive for this. If once Speedrun was over, I would be tempted to submit this to other speedrun marathons, because I've never done an RPG. Oh, I've got to start mashing X. I've never done an RPG in a marathon before. This is only the second RPG I've ever learned. The first RPG I ever learned was Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green. I think it was technically Leaf Green that I played. Whoops, slight time loss there because you're supposed to hit X. Supposed to hit square to go to. If you push square when selecting where you want to go in the village, you'll automatically go there. If you push X, you go to a confirmation screen first.
He's run off, you know. It's all
King Catch is still really
It seems as if he was stolen by a naughty woman, and he ran off.
He ran off.
Too young to become a Cocoon master. Run away.
This game's got a weird story, and I'm gonna be honest, I really can't be bothered to explain it tonight. Too much explanation. I'll explain what I'm doing in the speedrun. I'm not going to try and explain the story tonight. My previous run that's on YouTube, I'm pretty sure has a better explanation of the story. Here comes Lou. So at the moment, we're kind of in this 10-minute section of just button mashing. We're here for 10 minutes of button mashing. There's nothing really that happens. The game hasn't really started. I split this. The estimate for this run is about an hour. As you can see by my time, I'm at 56 minutes for my PB. And the game's kind of split into four acts. You got the first act, which is the intro, which is all just button mashing. You've got the second act, which is prep. So that is capturing your cocoons and getting all of the keys. You've got the third act, which is training your monsters, and then the fourth act, which is the boss rush, which is defeating the final bosses. It's a little bit behind there because I wasn't properly mashing X and wasn't quite ready. We are awoken in the morning by Mother. Off we go. The village is now under attack. Short break from mashing. But yeah, I've only, before this I'd only learned Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green. I did a couple of runs of that, and there is my PBs on YouTube. It was okay, but I kind of didn't see the appeal of RPG speedruns, and to be honest, I still don't. Even doing this, I don't really see the appeal of them. But then again, I'm also not a big RPG guy. I'm not a big fan of RPGs. You know, the only RPGs I've ever really played are Pokemon. Which is why I chose Pokemon. Obviously, with Speedrun, I didn't get a choice with this. I have to run this. So it's been good to sort of get outside of my comfort zone and do another. And it's been nice to do a different speedrun RPG, just to sort of, you know, kind of cement it. As I say, it has still cemented my thought process that I'm not a fan of RPG speedruns. But I have really enjoyed this, and I do think that I'd be tempted to submit this to some other, particularly because there are a couple of speedrun marathons out there that are dedicated to RPGs, and actually having an RPG speedrun under my belt is a good thing. Certainly something else to submit. Having something else to submit to speedrun marathons is always good, particularly as there's a few of them where, you know, I've done loads already. Preventathon's probably the best example now. Preventathon that's coming up the start of June is my third Preventathon, and it's also my first as staff. I'm not actually sure if I'd have to check, and I'm not sure, apart from Pixel Perfect, I'm not sure if there are any other marathons where I've done 3 runs. I've definitely returned for a couple of them and done 2 runs for a couple, but Indie-thon, I did 2 years in a row. I did Unmetal and Mini Ghosts. There's been a couple of speedrun marathons where I've done 2 runs at the same one. UKSG I've done twice, although one was online and one was in person. GDQ, I've done 2 hotfixes and I've done 2 events. Again, one was online, one was in person. Just more button mashing here. We don't even get to control of like going home or anything here. We just have to button mash when we get there. Going into Dream Sequence 2. Let's get another little break from mashing whilst he tosses and turns in his sleep.
Your father was a noble man. Coward. According to tradition, I hereby proclaim
So yeah, for Preventathon, the main reason why I'm doing Klonoa for Preventathon is I've already done MGS3 and I've already done MGS1. I kind of didn't have another MGS game that I wanted to showcase. So I decided to, and I knew I wanted to submit something. You don't do any running in Dreamfight 2. So we're attacked by a Pataimel, which is absolutely fine. We don't have to worry about taking too much damage here. We are scripted to win this fight. So just attack it 3 times, and that 4 times, and then that'll be it. Dead. Or is it 3 times? I don't know. I've lost count. And now we are attacked by Dream Man once again. Same again. We just attack him, and he will summon minion, and he will kill us. Because it's scripted. That is the way it must be. Minion's going to do a front flip. Minion's now going to do a horn attack. And Minion is now going to hit us with his big blasts. I think I'd lost that much time here, but... Wow. Bloody hell, why am I 14 seconds behind? I knew I'd, like, lost a little bit of time, but 14 seconds? That seems excessive. Yeah, I'm really confused by that being that far behind. Not like running against next chance I get, I'm gonna just double check that I'm not like running against. Right, leave. I'm not running against like best segments or something. To the watchtower. I'm losing even more time. What? How am I don't get it. I don't know why I'm losing so much time. Am I not mashing quickly enough? Have I got a setting wrong or something? Oh, I know what it is. My dialogue speed isn't set to instant. You can see that the dialogue's not appearing quickly enough. Fuck. I should reset. I'm so sorry, folks. I should reset. Bomb. That's... Just as we're about to get to the end of the mashing. I mean, I could just go into the settings and change it, but I've lost so much time already. Oh, damn it, Nick. Dumbass. Alright. I'll reset. So, I was about to say, does hitting end game just end the game? Alright, we'll try this again. Apologies, we are now going to have to go through all that, but the button mashing will be faster this time. Right, so, let's do this. Run of Jade Cocoon, Story of the Tamamae. Showing off my settings for Duckstation first, because Duckstation hasn't traditionally been used for speedruns of this before. The speedrun emulator that's been used before, from my understanding from reading the forums and stuff, it's used because it has faster loading times. But there's also a risk of it crashing. From certainly the world record that I watched, the runner was really concerned about a crash later on. The Duckstation is the most up-to-date. It is the best PS1 emulator out there. And I've used the same settings that the Metal Gear Solid community uses to try and emulate the PS2 and PS Vita, PSP's fast disk speed. So the game still runs at exactly the same speed, but the loading times are better. And as I say, if I understand the reason for the other emulator being used is because it has faster loads, well, this is what we're going to try and do here. So copying Metal Gear Solid, we use we enable clock speed control, and we overclock to 600%. So the console speed of the CPU emulation is running at 600%, 6 times faster. That doesn't speed the game up. That's not to say the game is running 6 times faster. It is the execution of the game, the background process, or whatever you want to call it, is running at 600% rather than 100%. So it doesn't affect game speed. It helps with loading times, but the big one for loading times is the CD-ROM emulation. We change the read speed up from none double speed to 2 times quad speed. We change seek speed up from none normal speed to 10 times. So that's just how quickly the game is retrieving data from the CD. Obviously, this isn't a CD, it's a ROM. Nothing else has changed. Graphics I actually keep at native resolution, because by keeping it native, you don't get the health bar bug where the health bar's like really massive. There's no frame skipping, there's no FPS change, there's no speed up or anything like that. The game continues to run at the same frame rate. It's just the load times are improved. I'm hoping this will be acceptable for future runs. The best thing to do is going to be to compare my run's loading times with the loading times of other runs on the board, and hopefully they match or are similar, and that therefore going forwards DuckStation would be an acceptable emulator. There's nothing in the rules that say I can't use DuckStation. There's nothing in the rules that say I can't change the settings I've changed. The only setting that says you can't change is any frame skipping. You cannot apply any frame skipping. Obviously, skipping frames would speed the game up. All we have done is change settings to improve load times, which, as I say, that seems to be the reason for the other settings. So, display. Instant display. I've just had to cancel a run because I'd set it to fast and didn't realize until 10 minutes in. Speech off. Subtitles on. Magic effects off. Capture effects off. Everything else, that's all fine. We're going to change the color to green because that was the color that was asked for by Tom earlier. We're going to complete a run with that. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, start.
Start.
All right, this should we should see some improved times. I couldn't understand why I was like 14 seconds behind in my previous run after 2 splits. Like, how have I lost 14 seconds? And then I discovered, oh, I'd forgotten to change text speed to instant. So we should mash through these a lot quicker. There we go. Look at that. So I was talking previously about RPGs. I'm not much of an RPG player. The only RPG I've ever really been into was Pokemon. I'm trying to think if I'd ever gotten into any other RPGs, and I really can't think of any. There must have been something. I've played turn-based strategy. I've played other things that are sort of close to RPGs. I can't think of anything else. I'll look at my games list. I can't really think of anything else that I'd class as an RPG that I've really been into. I've never been into Final Fantasy or like any of the Nintendo ones. Stuff like Bravely Default and things like that. I've never been into any of those. The only RPG speedrun I've done before this was Pokemon Fire Red. I really enjoyed it, but it's a very long slog, and it requires you to be very knowledgeable about the game, but also very good at commentary. Particularly if you're going to run it in a speedrun marathon, you need to be able to talk. You need to be able to make it fun and entertaining, because a lot of the time the game is very slow. There's not a lot happening, which is why I won't shut up throughout this speedrun. I'm going to talk a lot to try and keep it somewhat entertaining. We're going to get killed by minion. It's scripted. That's better. That's much more like it. Still slightly slow, but that's okay. That's because I wasn't skipping with start at the right times. So the village is going to get attacked by demons. Get a slight break from mashing. But I was also talking previously about the fact that I would be tempted, once Speedrumizer is done, I am tempted to submit this to some other speedrun marathons, particularly if there's an RPG speedrun. There's actually a very famous RPG speedrun marathon going on right now. It's a live event called RPG Limit Break. Which actually, I watched a run the other day because it's of a game I love. I'm technically... Depends what you class as RPG. Technically, I wouldn't class Landstalker: The Treasures of King Nol as an RPG, but it does kind of have... It's not a turn-based RPG. It's more like it's an adventure game more than an RPG. But I would have thought that the Marathon tries to sort of play it loose with what an RPG is. Is it an RPG because you can name the character? Like, is Dark Souls technically an RPG? Yeah, Landstalker is one of my favorite Sega Mega Drive games. Played it a lot as a kid. It was only as an adult that I actually completed it for the first time on an emulator, because it's a very, very difficult run. It's one that I've kind of toyed with trying to learn to speedrun. I've watched a couple of runs of it. I watched I want to say Lady Ariana. Did a run of it after my mini ghost run at Power Up with Pride last year, and I stayed up specifically to watch it after the run. It was like for me the run started at like 1:30 in the morning, but I stayed up to watch it because I was really interested in it. I managed to catch. We actually raided them last week because they were practicing, and then I caught the run on Monday morning, or I caught the second half of the run on Monday morning. It's got some really tough looking tricks in it, but it's a really cool run. Very tempted to give it a try, because once I'm done with Jade Cocoon, and potentially whatever I've got at License-a-thon, we're kind of back to being free again. For the last few weeks, we've been very much locked in with what I need to do. Metal Gear Solid wise, I've been able to do whatever, but from this Thursday, I'm going to be doing a couple of practice runs of Metal Gear Solid 3 again, because I am showing that off at Speedrun as well. So it'd be good just to get a little bit of practice on that. Yeah, once Jade Cocoon's done, and I've done it for Speedrun, as I say, I'd be tempted to submit it for some other marathons if I feel like I do a decent enough job of it, and it works. Then yeah, I'd be tempted to submit it to some other marathons, particularly if there's anything deliberately RPG based. But then once that's over and once License-a-thon's over, we're back to being a free agent again. I've got no specific speedrun obligations at that point. So it might be cool to do something new or different again. Certainly for non-Metal Gear, we'll be looking at what am I going to learn next. Though I have also, it'd be great to get some feedback from anyone else on this. I have also been considering whether this whole Tuesday night anything goes, Thursday night Metal Gear is working, because I do recognize the fact that when it comes to actually practicing runs, I'm only practicing once a week because I have this split. Oh, I should have split. Speaking of splits, I forgot to split the fight. Because I have this split, I don't get as much practice as I used to. You know, if I had a marathon coming up, or or something like a race or a tournament or something, then I'd be practicing 2 times a week. At the moment, I'm only practicing 1 time a week because of the way I'm dedicating time. I know it also means that if I'm doing anything that people are really interested in, You know, if I'm learning a run or practicing a run that people really want to watch, you only get to watch it once a week. You don't get to watch it twice a week. So it would be good to know, you know, do people like the way that I'm doing this sort of split, or would you prefer it if I go back to doing the same thing week in, week out? I don't know. Oh, I haven't got the gate key. Whoops. Well, that was a terrible split. I mean, by the end of August, it's not going to matter, because by the end of August, it will be Delta every stream. Do not worry. When Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater comes out, every stream for the foreseeable future will be MGS3. Shouldn't I enjoy it? You never know. I might play it. I'm like, nah, this is shit. We are nearly done with the button mashing section of this run. We find the blue Cocoon Master and go into some more button mashing. Play my flute to prove that we are a Cocoon Master. He's now going to train us. He's going to train us in how to capture. We want to learn how to capture because we get to keep this Arbitron that we're going to capture. This is scripted. We will always get this capture correct. At least I believe so. I've never failed this capture. I could be wrong. Okay, so moving into the next area, I'm going to immediately do an elemental transition. So we're going to move back out, run back in, and that's going to transition the elements here. One day I'll figure out how to get past that. Welcome back, Cosmic. At least I escaped from it straight away. So I want to be over on this side now. Get past that one. Lovely. We're going to do our first speedrun trick here. And this is called the Hunter's Warp. So the Hunter's Charm, the Hunter's Earring, I think it is, that I just used, is essentially an escape rope. It takes us back to the barrier gate. But because I used it as we hit a loading trigger to move into the next room, it does an unintended warp. It warped me to the straight to the blue Cocoon Master's hut. Do not want to hear the story of creation. Do you now need to go to the shop? Oh, I was supposed to keep my notes open. Town shop. Shop. Sell this. And buy, I think it was 3 metas. I can afford 3 metas, and I'm going to need them later, so it's probably correct. To the barrier gate. I'm going to attempt to get my notes open. Ah, LB and Arena, welcome.
Base, send backup.
Welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by. It's two raids in 1 stream. Lovely. All right, we are going to attempt to catch this Mardreg. This is the second and last minion that we're going to attempt to capture. So I'm going to keep attacking it. Keep attacking it until I get into the red. Until I get it into the red. I do also need to heal. Thanks, dude. I was going to say, this is unusual for you to raid me. It's usually the other way around. So it's now in the red, so I'm going to attempt to capture it. But first, I'm going to heal. So we use, use the meta mugwort. Heal up. And now we're going to attempt to capture it. So this capture can easily go wrong. We're only capture level 1. It's got a capture level of 3. So the chances of successfully capturing it aren't particularly high. I don't know what the capture rate is, but obviously we just sort of pray to the RNG gods. That is a fail. But we use a meta mugwort to make sure that I've got plenty of health so that I can keep taking a beating. And we just got to keep trying. We've got to keep trying over and over again until we get it. If I recall correctly, my PB, you can already see I'm nearly a minute ahead. Cheers, dude. Come on. Nope. Failure again. Come on, RNG. Come on. No. Wow, this sucks. I don't know if this means I should have attacked it again. I don't know if it's a better chance if it's even lower or if you just have to get it into the red. Well, by the looks of things, this would equal my PB if I catch it now. What on earth? This RNG sucks. The world record for this run doesn't even attack it. There is a small chance if you try and capture it at full health that you'll capture it. This is appalling. I'm just gonna try. This is maybe I needed to attack it one more time. If this fails, I'm dead. And we restart the run again. I'm dead. Okay. If I feel like I can attack it one more time, attack it one more time. What is... That's bullshit. That's so bullshit. That's a reset. Jesus. That was awful. So yeah, I'm just next time I get it down to 13 health. Attack again. I have got my notes open now, so I should be in a better position. With that. All right, we're going to start again. Obviously, because I'm starting again, I need to explain the emulator again. Here we go. So this is going to be a run of Jade Cocoon Story of the Tamamayu. I am using DuckStation, which is a speedrun, which is an emulator, PS1 emulator that hasn't traditionally been used for this run in the past. Because the emulator that has been used, the reason for it has been faster loading times, I'm deliberately using the same settings the Metal Gear Solid community uses for DuckStation to emulate the fast disk speed that you get from playing a PS1 game on a PS2, PS Vita, PS TV, PSP. Those settings are enable clock speed control is enabled, and we set it to 600% as opposed to the default of 100%. CD-ROM emulation, the read seek up speed up goes from double speed to quad speed, and the seek speed up goes from none to times 10. None of this increases the speed of the game. The game still runs at 30 FPS. There's no frame skipping, nothing like that. All it is the CPU is running faster to make the game work, and also the emulation of the CD-ROM loading is improved, thus trying to emulate fast loading speed. Nothing else has changed. There's no frame skipping. The FPS stays the same. There's no speed up. The internal resolution I even keep at ×1, so that we don't get the health bar bug. So quickly change some settings. Display, instant, animation cut stays on, speech goes off, magic effects and capture effects go off. We'll change color to green because that's the color we've been asked for. 3, 2, 1, go! Attempt number 3. And as always, we start with 10 minutes of button mashing. Me remembering to mash the start button instead of the X button at the right time. Really annoying that cutscenes, pre-rendered videos, you have to skip with start, and dialogue you have to skip with X. Because you have to remember to go backwards and forwards between the two. Hopefully, that was awful. So the run that I've just reset on, I got horrible RNG on Mardrag. I got it down into the red, and I tried capturing it 4 or 5 times. I healed. I kept capturing, and it just failed every time. I think I could have done one more attack on it.
He's run off, you know. It's all hearsay.
Just really horrible RNG.
Sold by a naughty woman, and he ran off. His son is still so young.
So yeah, this time, if I feel like I've still got another attack in me, I'm going to use it. Because I'm assuming that improves my chances of capturing it. I'm certainly not going to risk it this time. So we're in a dream state here. Move over to the left so we don't run into Marbu. Same thing happens here with Lou. You kind of run into the back of them. Okay, we'll just run forwards now. And encounter Dream Man. Here he is. Here he comes. He's going to materialize now. Here's Dream Man. We're going to get into a fight with Dream Man, where we are destined to lose horrendously. You see, I do absolutely no damage to Dream Man. He's going to summon his minion. His minion's name is Minion. It's going to front flip on my face. That's a pretty bad nightmare. I don't think I'd enjoy a dream. You know, waking up for a dream where I've just had a dragon front flip onto my face. That sounds awful. No, thank you. So now the village is under attack by demons. Once again, looking at that nice 1,200 Twitch followers. Isn't it lovely? 50 more. 50 more to hit that goal. 50 more to be at 1,250. I was about to say a quarter of the way to 2,000, but that's not true. 500 was a quarter of the way to 2,000. This would be 5/8 of the way towards 2,000. Yeah, that's what we like. 5/8. What's that in percentage? So, more button mashing. This whole section is just lots and lots of button mashing. Again, more button mashing. So, our character Levant is now going to get married to his girlfriend so that he can come of age and become a Cocoon master. Trying to remember if there was anything else. Anytime you like, go, right? Come on, girl. Yes, we're married. More button masher. I don't like. You don't even get to. There's actually no movement at all for a decent chunk of this now. We're gonna go into the second dream fight, and there's no movement. We don't move between rooms. It is just hit X for ages. As soon as you move into the trigger for the like demon attack start, that's it. There's no movement or anything for a good few minutes. Like, Levant walks back to his house on his own, goes to sleep. The next fight against Dream Man, it's just you, the Patimel the attacks with is immediately there, and then he's immediately there. It's just lots of button mashing.
Right from this day forward, treacherous
Do, 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 do. Here we go. Right. And this Patimel we're going to defeat, because it's scripted that we defeat this one. I'm assuming that if you did nothing but defend, you could lose to it. Oh, it crit me. Whatever happens here doesn't make a difference. Like, whether it crits, whether it misses, it doesn't matter. When we fight Minion will always do 3 attacks, and its 3rd attack will always be its big blast, which always KOs you. It's now we're going to fight Dream Man. And again, scripted to lose. He summons Minion. It does a front flip onto our faces. It's now going to do a horn attack, which can miss. As I say, it doesn't matter. It will not do enough damage to kill me, and this attack will always kill me. There we go. Oh, sweet. Gold split. Oh, right. You might think the button mashing is over, but it's not. You might think, oh, at least we get to move out of the room. No, we go straight into the next bit of button mashing without any movement whatsoever. Straight to Garai's house. Straight into more button mashing. But the button mashing is about, we're finally going to get control again. Here. Yeah, some control. And straight back into button mashing. To the watchtower. We now need to get the beetle key from Lou. Or Louis. However you pronounce his name. Another gold split, lovely. Louis is going to take us to the barrier gates. This is our access point into the forests. I'm actually going to head into the forest. We're going to get gameplay for like 5 seconds, and then there's going to be more button mashing. As you can see, we're not done with the button mashing done split yet. So we're now going to head into the beetle forest and into more button mashing. We're going to learn to capture. Because by learning to capture, we get to keep this Arbitron. Now, this capture always succeeds. This capture cannot fail. At least I don't think so. I've never seen it fail. All right. We're going to back up. Immediately do a elemental transition. Well, I completely screwed up trying to get past that. Still don't know how to get past that one. It can be done. Need to hug the left-hand side here. Hopefully... No, I screw up getting past that one because I was so slow with the first one. You have to be really fast with that first one. Oh, it's faster than me. It got an attack in. It's just a little bit slow. Should be alright. As long as I escape here, that's fine. We're going to do our first speedrun trick, which is called the Hunter's Wall. So we're going to use the Hunter's Earring, which basically acts as an escape rope. It's supposed to take us to the barrier gate, but because I used it and then entered a room's loading zone, it does an unintended warp. And depending on exactly which room you use it into, will determine where you go to, and that one takes us directly to the end, the very end of the forest. It's actually a lot. It's a heck of a lot that's skipped. You'll see later actually just how much is skipped. Say goodbye. We don't want to hear the story of creation. We're now going to head to the shop. Sell the Valerian powder that we picked up. And buy 3 of these. Now we're going to head to the next forest, where we are going to attempt to capture our second. This is the only really horrible major bit of our RNG in this run, capturing this bloody Mardrag. So we're just going to run straight forwards into this Mardrag and attempt to capture it. It does have a capture level of 3. I only have a capture level of 1. So there's a good chance it fails. Hopefully not multiple times in a row like the last attempt, which eventually led to a reset. I will have to heal. Unless I want to be really risky with RNG, but I don't. I will let it get me down as low as possible. Probably, particularly if it does a special attack on me now. I hope a special attack won't kill me. Okay, now I'm going to heal. So we heal up. Right, 16. So if it's on more than 8 health after this attack, I can attack again. Okay, another attack will kill it. So I can't get it any lower than this. Another attack would kill this Mardrag. Come on, please. Oh, it was so close. Come on. Oh, don't be a dick. It's wriggling. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to fail. Oh, it succeeded! Yes! Right, can I get past this one? Finally! And a gold split. Nice. This is good. Get past that one. Okay, we are good. Grab this skeleton key. Oh. Hate that much. So we're now going to get prepped. We're going to be fighting a boss shortly called Kickanak. We need to prep by getting some items. So we picked up a skeleton key. We use that skeleton key here to get the items from this chest. Oh, I always forget it's here that we turn. Move into here, move back into here, turn and go 1, 2, 3, a little bit. And then here I want to use just mugworts. And I want to equip the silver crown. And then hunter's earring. So we're going to warp to the end of the forest using the hunter's earring. I'm going to go run into this fight against Kickanak. So let's stop here and just edge forwards to grab that bag. And then trigger the fight. Okay, so this is Kickanak. We are going to use these Agni seals that I picked up. 2 of each. This is magic damage, and the item that I equipped. The item I equipped increases my magic damage against him. I will need to heal at some point during this fight. In fact, he's going to attack me twice, and now I need to heal. So again, Mugwort, heal up, and that should be it. I should now beat him. One more of each seal. Cool, and that's Kickanak. Lovely. Ask him about the Calabab herb, because that's the reason we're here talking to him. Nice. And that is the end of the Dragonfly Forest. So now we're going to go back to the village, have a chat with Garai. We do actually need to talk to her about the calabash powder that we got. I don't know what I tried to hold down there. That was terrible. And leave, and we're going to head straight off to the third forest, my favorite forest, Spider Forests. There should be no fights in the Spider Forest. The Spider Forest we just try and get through as quickly as possible. So we're going to hunt a earring here for our first... no, our only warp. There's only one warp here. There is, in a couple of rooms' time, going to be... Oh, I'll almost certainly get into a fight there. Usually end up in a fight with this one. Oh, this is risky. If this retreat fails, I'm probably dead. Oh, that was a risky retreat, but it paid off. There's a skeleton key here that I want. And then 2 more rooms. I shouldn't get into any trouble trying to get past any of these minions. I'm going to move to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let that minion move. You can see that these minions are a bit like Weeping Angels from Doctor Who. They only walk towards you if... Whoa. No! Oh, sugar. Come on. Please retreat, please retreat, please retreat, please retreat. Yes! Okay. Slight time loss there. I should not have gotten into a fight there. But we're good, we're good. We're fine. So we get to the end of the spider forests, and I can't really remember what happens in this cutscene. It's weird. Like, this little dude turns up and like wants us to leave, and like we get this blessing from the penis tree. It's like a mushroom tree, but everyone calls it a penis tree. I'm mashing, I don't know why. And this is like the disaster. Everything now goes wrong after this point. Because back in the village, hang on. But whilst I'm here, we're now going to talk to Marbu and get her to do her Nagi magic. So she's going to heal me. And we're also finally going to be able to equip some minions, which we have not done yet. And now we are going to head to Chief's Estate. Have a chat with the dude outside the Chief's Estate. So the village advisor has kidnapped Garai, and he wants to sacrifice her because he believes that she is an incarnation of this goddess, which she is. She admits to being it, and she sacrifices herself, casting a spell on the entire village, turning everyone into stone except Levant and Marbu. Thus, the village's fate now lies with Levant. Because only by him becoming a Cocoon Master and reuniting the light and the darkness can the evil be conquered. So now you'll see everyone has turned to stone. We need to go back to Garai's house. Back inside, obviously Garai's dead, but she's a goddess, so she's actually still here in spirit. Marbu because she's a Nagi maid, she has sort of returned to her cocoon form. I don't know, it's weird. She's like Navi now. And she like appears and she's like, hey, listen. She doesn't actually say, hey, listen. I wish she did. Garai appears as a spirit. We are now moving on to Act 3. So I split the game into 4 acts. The first act is the intro, the second act is the prep, third act is the training, fourth act are the bosses. So we are about to move on to... we are now moving on to the third act, which is the training. So we have all of these... We have these 2 minions, but they are still very low level. So we now need to train them. So we're going to head into Moth Forest, the fourth and final forest. So I do need to elemental transition here. I'm going to go over here, grab this, and then equip Riketz's garb. That is a Shulia. I've got it right. Lovely. So here we're going to use one of each. So 1 Agni 2 and 2 Agni 1s. So I believe I use an Agni 1 there. Yes, because I'll be left with 1 Agni 1 by the end of this. Oh. That is some not very nice damage. And then 1 more of them. Beautiful. Now, to finish, we are going to summon... Oh, shit, I summoned Arpatron. No, come on, Nick. You always make some stupid mistake. That might be okay, actually. No, he's gonna take an attack, but that's fine. We're okay. Cool. Now, because that Shulia was level 10 and my Mardrag is only level 3, the Mardrag now instantly levels up to level 10 to match it. As you can see, I'm now like really I'm really nicely ahead now. Grab all of these items out of here. Head over here. Go around this way. Oh, Nick, you dumbass. They're all asleep. Right, I'm going to at least use this opportunity to... Oh. Yeah, I think I do still need to use a mugwort metal on Levant. Oh, that's dumb. There we go. There's another skeleton key there just for some extra cash. So now I'm going to fight the next boss, which is this poacher. So we're going to summon Mardrag. And start attacking the... Oh, instantly get a miss. That's lovely. Thanks, game. The reason why we deliberately got Mardrag up is because Mardrag is an air minion. Oh wow, we beat that Gigo nice and fast. That was cool. Mardrag is an air minion, and that Gigoat was an earth minion, and air has an elemental advantage over earth. It's like water beats fire, fire beats air beats earth, earth beats water. So I'm going to attack this poacher until Mardrag is too low. I need to swap out. Actually, I'm going to attack him until the poacher goes into red health. Should be one more attack. Yep. Now switch to Levant. Levant's now going to do a couple of attacks to bring poacher just a little bit lower, and then we're going to summon Arpatron, and Arpatron's going to claim the kill. In fact, I can summon Arpatron now. And by Arpatron claiming the kill, he gets the XP. Beautiful. Not sure why I'm losing time here, but... So there we go, that's Arpatron nicely leveled up as well. And now for our one and only use of the Hunter's Earring correctly. So we got a key from him. We're going to warp out. We're going to go straight back in again, though. It's just quicker. It's quicker to go out and in than to backtrack. Hopefully this Shulia hasn't respawned. And it hasn't. Lovely. Past this monster. These monsters will only get so close to you, and then they will they'll stop. It's really easy to get around them. Put the key in here. Get inside. I'm gonna just for shouldn't need to because I've got all the items I need. There's a spare skeleton key down that left track. But I shouldn't need it because I got the other skeleton key and I haven't messed up with any. I do need an extra meta mugwort than I usually would, I think, but I should be right. I'm gonna regret this. A big bit of button mashing here, and then we're gonna do a big shop. I bet I'm going to regret not getting that skeleton key. Basically, I need to own a bunch of stuff by the end of the shop. But I also need to still have enough gold, or yan, as it's called in this, to be able to afford some weapons. So I need to sell everything I've got, buy the absolute essentials, and get the weapons that I need. I should have enough money. Like, when I first started with this, I used to end up with like way more than enough gold. I'm like button mashing, nothing's happening. There's a lot of exposition here. We're now at the Nagi village, and this is kind of we're getting close. We're now going into the final act. So the chieftain of the Nagi village basically explains that we need to restore the light and darkness. The hero of light, or the chosen of light, needs to meet up with the chosen of darkness to reunite the light and dark dragons and cleanse the world or something. I don't know. It's very complicated. The chosen of darkness has already gone ahead. We need to catch up with them. Spoiler alert, it's Dream Man. Spoiler alert, Dream Man is father! But this is now going to act as our hub for the remainder of the game. Oh no. Start button mashing. So our new task is to go into these nether forests, these dark versions of the forests, defeat the bosses and collect elemental jewels. We already have one elemental jewel, the Jewel of Water, so we never fight a water boss. And I'm guessing it's because the developers ran out of time. So they just sort of like, oh yeah, you've already got the first one. There's 3 more to collect. We're only going to collect 2 of them because we're going to skip one of them. So there you go. There's the Jewel of Water. But by collecting all 4 of the jewels and combining them, that's how we progress. That's how we summon the final boss, or whatever it is. These 2 maidens now act as the Nagi Mage is the green one, Shop is the red one. So we're not going to talk to... We shouldn't need to talk to the Nagi Mage. We just need to go to the shop. So we're going to turn around and do a big old shop time. Let's run in here. That's her. Ask about supplies. We want to sell everything that isn't excellent. Oh yeah, excellence. Sell everything that isn't excellence. Oh, I did. I got 2 great walnuts. Okay, I'm going to be definitely fine for money. Excellence, I got 2. So now we want to actually go to the very bottom first. Buy 4 sleep spores. Oh. Buy 5 metas. Own 6 excellence, so I need to buy 4, so I'm at 6. And 2 mirrors of Deva. I got more than enough money. Now we need to talk to her about weapons. We're going to buy Little Birds and equip it. And we're going to buy the Sparrow Ruff. Oh. Lovely. 14-second gold split on that. I probably should have bought some more metas since I had the gold. But we should be fine. I have everything I need. Right, so we're going to head into the Nether Beetle Forest, where we now need to try and find the fire boss. As soon as we get in, the first thing I'm going to do is open this. I'm going to equip... no, I don't need to equip anything. I need to use... I might as well use this one... Oh, it's not worth it, is it? Use sleep spores. We're going to fight this. We're going to summon Arpatron. Because we need Arpatron to be level 12. And this is fire, so Arpatron automatically has a level advantage against, has an elemental advantage against it. It's dead, and that should put Arpatron to level 12, and it did. Make sure I don't get hit by that. We can't use the Hunter's Warp here. It doesn't work. It'll take us to somewhere else. So we now just need to run to the end. There is another Hunter's Warp coming up. But it's much further in. Let's be careful here, because there are... Need to be up the top here, if I recall. Yep. Even though they're asleep from the sleep spores, they still... Oh, I just got triggered into that one. Well, try and retreat. Oh, that's the first failed retreat I've had all run. Successful the second time. That's okay. It's not too... To be fair, it's not too bad because... it doesn't matter because Arpatron leveled up. Every time you retreat from... every time you retreat from a minion... your own minions heal and get mana back slightly. Levant doesn't heal. Your minions do. But it didn't matter because I'm gonna Hunter's Blessing, Hunter's Earring here, because Arpatron. Oh god, I always forget. It's backwards here. And here is the Blue Cocoon Master's hut. We're not going inside, we're just staying outside this time. So last time we got warped inside to it, but there is no warp to here. Oh, I was supposed to use an extra sleep spore. I forgot about that. Right, first things first, I must use a Mirror of Deva on Arpatron. So this fight is all Arpatron. We do not worry about... if we need him later, we use him. We use Mardreg later. So these are all fire. So we're going to summon Arpatron. The Mirror of Deva prevents any status effects. This dragon has an attack that could poison me. In fact, I think it's that one that can poison. Oh, I get a second attack on him. Nice. So just going to keep on attacking. He does have one... this is the attack we want him to use. Really? He does have an attack that can drain mana. I really don't want it, that one. Which I didn't want him to do. So at this point, it's actually best to switch to Levant and now heal Arpatron. Arpatron hasn't taken that much damage, but... to use an excellent liquor on Arpatron. But that should mean now Arpatron should finish the fight. I'll take damage from Turturus here. In fact, Levant's going to become poisoned, but that's fine, we don't care. He'll take a bit of damage, but it's not going to be a problem. Summon Arpatron again. Hopefully, shouldn't need to switch to Mardreg now. Hopefully I can just finish the fight. Or actually, I might want to switch to what? I might want to switch to Mardreg anyway, just so that Mardreg gets some XP. Not going to take any chances on an attack there. Yeah, I'm going to need to, because actually, if I don't, Arpatron's going to die. Yeah, let's switch to Mardreg. Now, the fire boss, despite being the fire boss, isn't actually an element. So his attacks don't do... He doesn't have an elemental advantage over me. I don't have an elemental disadvantage against him. One more from Mardrag. And that's the fire boss. Cool. First one down. 2 more bosses to go. All we got to do now is reach the Earth boss, and then that's the end of the run. We reach the Earth boss, we fight the Earth boss, and then immediately afterwards, fight the final boss, which is the chosen one. We're going to exit out because there was an unresolved Hunter's Warp. We don't exit out properly, and our models disappeared. We're now invisible until that previous Hunter's Warp that we did concludes. We show that we got the fire elements. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back inside. We are going to go to the dragon. We're going to go straight to the dragonfly forest. And in the dragonfly forest, we're supposed to find the air boss, or the earth boss. No, the air boss. We're supposed to find the air boss, but we're going to Hunter's Warp and skip straight into the spider forest. So, first things first, we need to heal up. Use Metal on Levant. Excellent Liquor on Arbitron. I should be okay not to give it to Mardrag. We're gonna have to get into some encounters here because there's minions that get in the way. So I heal Levant because if I can't retreat, I don't want to die. So yeah, Mardrag will slowly heal up. I'm pretty sure this one you can't get past either. Yeah, Mardrag will slowly heal up from these encounters. In fact, yeah, one more encounter and Mardrag's at full. Oh shit. Let's not get into... There's one more that I have to get into. I might not have even needed to heal Arbitron, to be honest. I really shouldn't heal coming into the Dragonfly Forest. Yeah, so we have to get into this one as well. I need to be careful because I'm coming up to a point where I quite regularly screw up. So we've got another Hunter's Warp, but it's not this one. We did that one the first time around. We actually want a Hunter's Warp into that door down there. And this is going to warp us into the Spider Forest. That should be close enough. Yep. Successfully warped. Now I need to pay attention to the color of this minion. It is... That looks yellow to me. Whoops. Yeah, now it's green. It needs to be yellow. Oh, god damn it. Gotta do another. Problem is I gotta do an elemental transition every time it's not yellow. Should be fine. Please be fine. Please don't fail. We're good. Yep, and that's we need to do this fight. Right, summon Mardrag. And we want to kill the Tragaron first. So we actually want Mardrag to claim the kill in both of these. We're now going to switch to Arbitron just to lower Spiral's health. But the next fight we're going to do is going to be against the Earth Elemental, which is going to be all about Mardrag. Mardrag wants to be the one doing the damage. I think I'm... Yeah, I should be fine. As long as this isn't a crit. Ugh. Oh, wow. Come on. Seriously? I'm going to have to heal. Wow. 3 misses in a row. That sucks. I'm going to have to heal our Patron, otherwise he's going to die. I can't afford to have him die. And that spirit, I can't believe I got 3 misses in a row. The fuck? That's better. Switch to Mardrag. Finish him. So Mardrag's gonna heal. Arpatron's fine. Levant could... I might want to heal Levant. Okay, I'm now also going to use one of my sleep spores. Hopefully. Get past that one. Excellent. I was about to say, I don't think I get past this one. And this is why I needed to heal Levant, because there's a very good chance that I don't retreat this and get hit. Yes! Successful retreat. Mardrag's missing 4 health. Oh, actually. No, Mardrag's missing 4 mana and it's fine, as long as he's got a multiple of 10. It's not a problem. Cool. That's it. We are done exploring. We're done moving around. We just have 2 bosses to beat and that's the end of the run. This has been a really, really good... Hopefully, assuming nothing goes wrong and I don't make any mistakes, remember to use the Mirror of Deva. We should be good. This should be. As far as I'm aware, there should be an extra time save. But I had. But we'll see. Main thing I need to make sure is that once I've defeated the Earth boss, before getting out of the status screen at the end, I must heal everything, because we go straight into the next fight. So Mirror of Deva on Mardrag, because this fight is all about Mardrag. So we're going to summon Mardrag. Again, we don't want any status effects on Mardrag, that's why we use the Mirror of Deva. Earth boss is going to summon his minion. This is a relatively easy fight against Delphinel. So we're just going to special it. Whenever he starts stamping his feet, we're going to defend, because he does a giant stomp attack afterwards, which does a load of damage. And if we defend, we get mana back. Here we go. He's going to defend. He's going to do the stomp. And I get a bit of mana back. In fact, is it 8? No, it's not quite enough mana for... It costs 10 mana to do our special. So I will need to defend at least one more time. So here we go. This is fine. This is all good. Attack again. And here we just switch straight to Arpatron. Again, just like the fire boss, there's no elemental advantage or disadvantage here. They'll take 4 hits. Oh, sweet. I even got some extra hit off. I just have to be careful here. So I have to make sure I go into this screen. Use Excellent on Arpatron and Mardreg. Didn't need to worry about like any extra items or anything. 222 ahead. We are good to go. This is the final boss. This is... I see no reason why this isn't going to be at least a 2-minute PB. In fact, if I recall correctly, my final boss PB was bad. The RNG wasn't very good to me. So there's a good chance this is a really good run. Sub 55 was my next target, and I'm pretty sure I'm hitting it. There's no Mirror of David to worry about. Just making sure I, like, minions can die. Like, if one of them dies, it doesn't matter too much as long as, like, I'm in the right elemental phase. So the Chosen One has this minion that can change elements. It will start as Earth, so I will summon Mardreg to start because it has an elemental advantage against Earth. And then when it switches to fire, I then switch to Arpatron, deal damage, and eventually we kill it, and then we kill the Chosen One. Ideally, we want when it changes elements, it also changes the element of the battlefield, and if your minion matches the element of the battlefield, it gets an advantage. It deals bonus damage. So ideally, it doesn't always happen. Ideally, we want his minion to die. Ideally, whilst the battlefield's water, so Arpatron just kills the Chosen One in 2 hits. So here we go, the final battle. So he's immediately going to summon his final minion, Kashidra. Kashidra's going to change the battlefield to Earth. So I'm immediately going to summon Mardreg. And smack him in the face. He's now also changing the battlefield to air. So I don't have an elemental advantage over him now, but I still do loads of damage because I'm also air. Hopefully... Oh, he's changing to fire already. This is not great RNG so far. Hopefully he stays in fire a little bit longer. Oh, that's nice RNG though. Oh, he's already going to water. Now, one of his water attacks is a heal, and I really don't want him to use it. No, he's gone for laser. Now, if you could stay in water, that'd be great. Don't heal. This is it. Only thing is, Chosen One might kill Arpatron here. Yeah, he's going to. So I'm just going to hit him once. Arpatron's going to die. That's fine. We just switch to Mardreg and finish the fight. So this is probably going to take 2 hits now. Oh, or it would do. Oh, freaking RNG. It's one more hit. Yes! 53! Sub 55 done. Sub 54 done. Oh, it's finally a decent run. Skipped the 54, went straight from I mean, yes. Just yes. Finally, this is the run I've been after. This is absolutely the run I've been after. Oh, man. Oh. Yes! I don't know. I think I hit the screenshot button, but I'm not sure if I did. So I'm going to do that. Oh, no, I did hit the screenshot button. Yes. Oh. Finally. This is what I've been after. There was quite a decent chunk of time saved. There's still some nasty RNG in that. It took me a while. It still took a few attempts to capture Mardrag. It still took I got like Arpatron. I'm 4th by 1 second. Yes, top 5. Yeah, just some really horrible RNG. Like, I had to heal Arpatron an extra time because he got 3 misses in a row. I got a miss on the final boss. And the final boss RNG still wasn't pleasant. The minion went through elements very quickly. That was a bit mean at times. But that's it. We're done. We got the sub 55. That's what I've been aiming for. There is still time save, but that is certainly the first run where I'd say I didn't make any big mistakes. My previous PB, I didn't make any like major, completely huge like time loss mistakes. There was just like I had to do some safety strats in the previous one. This one, no safety strats required. I had more than enough gold, just some bad RNG, and obviously there's always going to be bits I can, my getting through menus could be a lot faster if I'm more confident with where the menus need to be at. Stuff like at the shop, that was a little bit slow at times, and trying to get past minions. There's some timings of sleep spores, particularly at the end, that I need to work out exactly when I'm supposed to drop a sleep spore, because it should help with getting past some minions. I got really good RNG on retreats. I think I only had like 2 failed retreats in that whole run, or maybe 1. I did get quite lucky with that. Yeah, that's great. I knew after that previous PB, I knew that there was this much time saved like immediately, so I'm really pleased that I've found it and got it, and yeah, this was the run that I wanted. Now this feels like this is what I'm capable of with this game. Still a lot of time saved left. I mean, the world record is under 50 minutes. There's still like 4 minutes at least that could be saved, but yeah, if I could pull this performance out at Speedrun, I will be very, very happy. Yeah, that's the game, folks. That is Jade Cocoon's Story of the Tamamayu. I hope you've enjoyed it. This now replaces my speedrun.com submission that I'd previously done, so I'll be getting the VOD of this prepped. Yeah, if you are watching the VOD on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Go check out some of my other speedruns, and check me out when I run for Speedrun. The schedule, I believe the schedule might be out like later this week. So yeah, keep an eye out on that. There'll be there's links in the description below. Yeah, I'm 4th by 1 second. That is a nice. I'd rather be 4th by 1 second than 5th by 1 second in this situation. So yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. This has been a really interesting speedrun. I'm so glad that I submitted for Speedrun, and I'm so glad that this is the game I got given. I was really skeptical when I heard this. I was like, what the hell is this game? Never heard of it. Started playing it. I was like, was this a joke? Was this one that someone wanted to like punish people with? No, absolutely not. This is a very, very unique game, and I've enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, thank you very much for watching the VODs. I will see you in a future video. Bye. As that just concludes the VOD as always. Damn. That is so good. So good. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. I'm so very, very pleased. I really hope that the verifiers are happy with the emulation, because obviously that's going to be the thing that throws me off. Oh. So happy. And what a time save. Like, it wasn't like it was, it wasn't like it was a second or 10 seconds or 20 seconds. No, nearly 3 minutes saved, which is great. Because like I said, I knew that time save was immediately available. So, yeah, really, really, really pleased with that. With that, and that's perfect timing for the end of the stream. So, so thank you all very much for joining in. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. And to everyone who's sort of, stuck with this, stuck by me whilst I've been doing Jade Cocoon. I know it's not the most interesting run. I know it can be a bit repetitive, particularly the first 10 minutes of just button mashing is a bit repetitive and not a lot happens. I need to be honest, there's no point in closing the stream and going to bed, because like I'm on I was freaking nervous going into the final boss, knowing that this was going to be such a good PB. So yeah, I need to come down from this high now. Also, I've still got like half a can of Dr. Pepper. There's caffeine in there, so I'm not sleeping for a little bit. So we might as well just try and kind of cool down together. Yeah, I want to thank all the viewers that have stuck with me through Jade Cocoon, because I say it's not the content that I'm known for. There's always a big risk. Speedrunning, to be honest, with me, there's always a big risk speedrunning anything that isn't a Metal Gear. A lot of people come to me for Metal Gear content. I am known for my Metal Gear content. And a lot of people tend to check out when it's not Metal Gear content. And that's happened throughout my streaming career. I've had people who only turned up when it was Dead by Daylight, and as soon as I stopped playing Dead by Daylight, they tuned out. People who tuned in when it was Mansions of Madness. And when I stopped doing Mansions of Madness, they left, which is absolutely acceptable. People come to me for, if you want to watch a specific game. But I am very pleased that I do have quite a few people who are here for me, as opposed to just the game that I'm playing. Also, just because I know for a fact that there aren't any former Manchester Madness players here, I'm going to very quietly announce that I'm currently rebuilding the Manchester Madness stream layout, because I want to do another game. But those people aren't going to know, because I'm not going to say it apart from right now. Don't mention it on Discord. I'll announce something when I'm ready to ask for players, but that's not going to be for a while yet. So yeah, I know a lot of people are more here because they're interested in Metal Gear, which is why I've kind of dedicated Thursdays to being Metal Gear Thursday. So there is still something for those people, but I do want to expand and do more stuff, and because trying to get Metal Gear into, certainly I don't want oh, excuse me, I don't want to gear all of my speedruns around submitting to GDQ. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's the right way of choosing what I want to do. But on the other hand, if I'm ever going to get back into GDQ, particularly as a remote runner, it's got to be with something very different and very special. And it's not going to be with Metal Gear, because there will always be other people who can attend in person submitting Metal Gear. It's happened. It's happened with SGDQ. It's happened with loads of GDQs. I've been on backup twice with a Metal Gear for another Metal Gear run, the same Metal Gear runner. SGDQ Metal Gear Solid 3 is being run. I submit a Metal Gear Solid 3, but the person who who submitted Metal Gear Solid 3 and got in, can attend in person. So they've presumably picked them. And the run is very different as well. It's like invisible enemies. It's a mod. So yeah, cool. So yeah, it does mean it's I need something different to stand out with. This isn't it. I wouldn't submit this to GDQ. But that's why I want to expand out, and also I just want to expand out and do some different stuff. I do want to learn some more Metal Gear games, and say once we've sort of come out of June, once we get to the other end of June, in between June and the end of August, so before Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater comes out, that's where I'm going to look to learn. I want to learn a new Metal Gear, and I want to learn something else. Considering Landstalker. I've considered trying to put more time into Flashback. I'm looking up on my games and I don't know why. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, so thank you to everyone, and thank you to everyone who's followed recently, because obviously 1,200 followers now on Twitch. Thank you to everyone who follows and subscribes on YouTube. I know my YouTube, I don't talk about my YouTube numbers as much because they're not as accessible. According to the stream, according to that number there, I have 1,404 YouTube subscribers, which is obviously 204 more than Twitch. So I'm celebrating 1,200 followers on Twitch, but I actually have more YouTube subscribers. I think the YouTube is also about videos. You know, the number of subscribers, I've just double checked that number is correct. But the number of subscribers I have on YouTube isn't just about streaming. It's more about the videos that I put out. One video in particular. So yeah, thank you all so much. It's nice. It's nice to see that I can branch out from Metal Gear, and people are still interested in that. So that's good. Once I know what the heck's happening with work, I will let you know. Hopefully, I'm finding out tomorrow. If there doesn't seem to be an intention for me to find out tomorrow, I'm going to be asking, because I'm getting to a point where I need to know. I would like to know if I'm being promoted or not. I'd like to know if I'm getting... I mean, even if I don't get promoted, I know my line manager's pushing for me to have a pay rise, because I'm taking on way more responsibility than I was originally hired for, and I need to be compensated for it. So yeah. I don't think it'll have an effect on the stream, but it might. Who knows? Speedrun Tours UK development is obviously ongoing as well. I am working on the final bits of actual tech for it. The only two major bits of tech left are I've got to finish the stream delay sync. I need to add video filters and get Node CG to interact with the video filters, the delay filters for the video, which I think is going to be tricky, but hopefully fingers crossed, not too tricky. And then I still need to make the 16:9 3-player layout. I've done I've done 3-player 4x3. It's just 3 side by side because it works. I've done 16:9 and 4x3 4-player. They were both pretty straightforward, but 16:9 3-player is a bit tricky. I can't have all 3 side by side because they'll be tiny. I kind of need to like dot them around. There is potentially an option of doing the same thing that I did with the 16:9 4-player, but make them slightly bigger and just have all of the information in the bottom right hand corner where the 4th player would be. That's probably going to be the easiest solution. Once those are done, there needs to be bug fixing and stuff like that. But it's actually close to, I need to create some variables for the schedule reveal, because that doesn't quite work properly. That needs looking at. Yeah, it's the code and stuff will actually be ready for public release. What isn't ready is the guides. I don't think I'm going to do YouTube videos before public release, I do want to do YouTube videos to explain stuff, but just getting the guide documents prepared is the important. I can't release it without the guide documents. Nobody will know what's going on or what they're doing with it. So yeah. Yeah, that's it, folks. We're gonna close the stream now. I'll have a look, see if how many people have I got live right now. I'll be honest, if I actually want to maybe it's no. I want to raid RGB Limit Break. I thought I was following them, but apparently not. So let me just Twitch RPG Limit Break. Are they currently live? And if they are, why am I not following them? They are currently live, and I'm not following them. Oh, hey, Omnitunes. Thank you very much for dropping by to say thanks for the stream. I'm assuming you've been lurking. Oh, we are definitely raiding RPG Limit Break because right now it is Ultima 4 Quest of the Avatar by the wonderful Organ Mike. Organ Mike is someone I've done quite a few marathons with recently. We tend to both be in the same sort of circles marathon wise at the moment, and is also a new fellow Preventathon staff member. I believe they're hosts. I believe they're a host coordinator, volunteer, not volunteer staff, host staff. Whereas I'm tech staff, obviously. So yeah, we are gonna. I've followed them now. We are gonna hashtag raid RPG Limit Break. Great looking marathon as well. Hashtag raid RPG Limit Break. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, there is no raids because YouTube doesn't have it. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you on Thursday. Thursday will be Metal Gear Solid 3 because I do need to do some MGS3 practice ahead of Speedrun because I'm also running it for Speedrun. So have a great couple of days, and I'll see you back here on Thursday for MGS3. There's my end stream button. Hi all.